I mean the 5 best words in the English language, right? Live, stand up, 6 best words in the English language. Live, stand up at the Arts Center. So much better than the 5 worst words in the English language. Cashier has overridden age validation. But I'm actually really happy. I'm in a great mood today because this is my one night out. Is anyone else on a one night out? Yeah. How about you just get one? You just get one, right? So you got to make good use of it. And I'll share with you my personal pain. So I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I'm married. I'm 1,000,000 years old. But I still like to party really hard. It's a challenge, right? And when I go out, I don't typically go to clubs. I don't go to bars. I mean, I'm probably like you, right? I go to cat shows. Right? Right? I'm sorry, you're not nodding. Do you not go to cat shows? It may be just you. Do you guys not go to cat shows as your primary form of entertainment? Oh, okay. You know what? It's okay. This is a teachable moment. Because what I want to explain to you is not only why you should, but what will happen when, not if, you attend a local certified cat show. You're going to walk in the door. You're going to be in the ballroom of a decrepit hotel on the outskirts of town. You're going to look to your left. There's going to be 5, maybe 6 gay men in a cluster. That's called a gaggle. You're going to look to your right. There's going to be 200, maybe 300 post-menopausal white women in applique sweatshirts. For many of you, this will be like looking at your mother through a kaleidoscope. But here's where it gets good, so listen up. The officials are going to hand you a slip of paper. And on that slip of paper, the instructions you are to follow if a cat escapes. If a cat escapes, everyone is to raise their hand as one and shout in unison, "Cat out!" Then you are to drop to your knees and look for, but do not approach or attempt to apprehend the wayward kitty, because they leave that to the professionals. Then, when the cat is once more ensconced in its iron cage, again the cry goes up, "Cat caught! How fucking awesome is that?" Right? Oh, I was so excited, but I said, wait. How likely is this to actually occur? Oh, honey. 4 times in a half hour. If you are looking for family-friendly activities that combine fervent militarism with a strong scent of urine, I've got to recommend it. Check out your local cat show. I'll be glad you did. So you used to live in Durham. See, it's always where I pause for laughter. Say what you will about Durham. There are some amazing people-watching opportunities in that place. See a guy's walking down the street the other day. He's wearing a t-shirt that says, "It's not going to suck itself." Probably true. So then that gets me thinking, how does this come about? Does he wake up every morning, put on the shirt, and say, "Today's the day. Today's the day. I find the one woman in North Carolina who looks at this and says, oh, that's hot." I'll tell you what, buddy, it's probably not going to suck itself. But, barring that, I would say that developing extreme personal flexibility may actually be your best option. Do you guys know what your stripper name is? You do, right? I suppose it's pretty common. It's an old thing. You're nodding. What's your stripper name? B. Arthur? That shit is not going to fly. B.C. Arthur is not... Well, you know, but the system she's using is the right one, which is to figure out your stripper name. You take the first pet you remember, and then the first street you lived on. Right? It's pretty easy. So my stripper name is Tiffany Tremont. Right? Pretty classy. My husband's stripper name is Fritz Tomahawk.
Oh, God.
Which, if you know him, is like spot on. So anyone who hasn't had a chance to do this, let's figure out your stripper name. You, ma'am, right there.
Louise Falmouth.
Louise Falmouth. You know what? She's a teacher, and she'd just smack you silly. How about a gentleman who's just figuring out his stripper name for the very first time tonight?
Elsa Parking Lot.
Elsa Parking Lot? I don't think you're doing it right, sir. I'm going to just keep right on moving, though. Because here's the thing. You know, I'm in Carrboro, right? This is a bastion of intellectualism. I don't want to offend you. I know you're not interested in hearing about sex. You're not interested in hearing about strippers. You want to find out what your NPR correspondent name is. I know this about you. And the NPR, you do listen to NPR, right? I mean, if you don't go to cat shows, please fucking tell me you listen to NPR. Right? NPR correspondents are setting the bar really high. These are real people with names like Jack Spear, Christian Fodenbensel, Ophibia Quist Arcton, Yuki Noguchi, whose name, FYI, translates to Japanese tickle sex.
Wow.
Gretchen, how can I be a part of this? It's very, very easy. You take the name of one of your grandparents. For the ladies, I'd say choose a grandmother. For the gentlemen, choose a grandfather. And no, we're in Carrboro, but just go with me on this. Secondly, the elementary school you attended. So your grandparent and the elementary school you attended. Okay, that's right. For me, I'm Marguerite Exton, reporting to you from Cary, North Carolina. It works, so check it out. I heard you'd get it.
Bertha Euclid.
Oh,
That's nice.
She does mainly educational and nutrition issues. I love her stuff. Right? Now, the thing with this is if you decide to trot this out as a party, at a cocktail party or something like that, you do need to watch out for two things. One is we have a lot of transplants coming down to North Carolina, right? So you may find that someone says his NPR correspondent name is Shmuel PS231. It's not going to work. Second concern, if you try this at a cocktail party, you do need to have attended elementary school, which is going to knock out those of you from Johnston County. You know what is hilarious to me? Everyone boos that. None of you are from Johnston County. Guaranteed. But here's the thing. I did move here pretty recently. I'm from Portland, Oregon, right? Now, Carrboro and Durham, as far as I'm concerned, are on the vanguard of cool for North Carolina, right? Portland thinks it's on the vanguard of cool for the rest of the United States. So what I have been able to do is take a look at Portland, and about 10 years later, what they're doing comes to Carrboro. So I am in the unique position to tell you what the next big trends are going to be. And the next big thing you need to look out for is the rise of the amateur DJ. This is real. You're going to be signing a mortgage agreement, and your broker's going to say, hey, I'm spinning at Tiernan on Thursday, you should come out. You're going to dinner at your mom's house, and she's going to say, hey, I'm spinning at the community center on Sunday, you should come out. So what are you to do? You don't have a DJ name. Oh, but I'm here to change all that. Let me set you up with your amateur DJ name. The first word is DJ. The second word is the word you missed in the spelling bee. I'm hitting all sorts of nerves with you tonight, right? So, and I will come back to you, but before I do, if you're feeling shy, if you're feeling embarrassed, if that's sending you back on a wave of mortification, let me tell you that in the past 2 weeks of doing this bit, I have met and comforted DJ Ravioli, DJ Neighborhood, and in this own room, although I will not reveal her, DJ Clam. So I'm going to put you on the spot. You're DJ?
DJ Poisonous.
DJ Poisonous! Would you totally go to see her spin? Right. How about a gentleman? Did you get what the second part is? You know what? If you're too embarrassed to say, it's no problem. I got to tell you, my own mother is DJ Biscuit. My husband, who did go to school in South Carolina, is DJ Bench. Don't let it worry you.
DJ Baby.
What was that?
DJ Baby.
DJ Baby! How do... I'd go watch you. I would. I would, DJ.
DJ Babe, Bobby, Babby.
Okay. So you put an extra B in it is what happened. All right. Might have gotten there on my own. I don't know. So I'm very stressed out. I have a very stressful job. I have some of my coworkers here tonight, actually. Would you agree it's a stressful place, right? So what ends up... Clapping like seals, yeah. So what ends up happening is if you have all these tasks before you, you can't do them anymore, and then nothing is organized, and you feel like you're letting everyone down. At least that's what goes on with me. So I talked to a girlfriend about it, and she said, why don't you make lists? I was like, lists? What do you mean? She said, take everything you need to do, break it up into little mini tasks, and just go through them, and you're going to feel so much better. Does anyone do this? Yeah, some of you do. Does it work? Yeah. Oh, he says it totally worked for me. I actually did it today for the first time, and I felt really centered. I made a list. Actually, I'll share it with you. It's fine. I made a list of the board games that sound like the orgasms of men I've slept with. And so far, I have Yahtzee, Jenga, and Sorry. Those days are over, those crazy days. I am married, that's true. And comics spend a whole lot of time ragging on marriage. It's one of their main go-tos. And the thing is, marriage is awesome. So, I've been married almost 13 years. Has anyone been married longer than 13 years? Yeah? What's the secret? How can you make my marriage last forever? You're not here. He's not with you. Yeah. Are you? Yeah? Yeah. What's the secret? Hook me up. I don't really want to know.
Oh.
I do want to know. Respect each other. No, you know what? You're right. No, that's true. Actually, it is about respecting each other. And the thing is that when you do that, you become a better person, right? You're higher echelon of person. And being married has made me a better person in many ways. I don't drink nearly as much as I did before I got married. I rarely black out during sex, like hardly ever.
Oh, God.
If I do have a little bit too much to drink, I'm not out in a bar, I'm not menacing myself and others, I'm home, right? I got a glass of wine in my hand, I'm sitting in front of a computer screen, and I'm putting shit into an online shopping cart. It's kind of a thing. There's a bright side, though, to my little problem, and there's always a bright side. It's like Christmas every 2 weeks. Box comes to the house, and I go, what did I buy this time? Open it up. Last week, true story, I apparently purchased a set of regulation boxing gloves, a pair of hair bumpets, and a box of cat diapers. Despite what you may think from the early part of the set, I do not own a cat, but I am always ready for date night. I think you can agree. But it is about respect, and it's about trying to communicate at times when that can be difficult. We had a big problem, actually, last year communicating, my husband and I. And I'm going to go to someone else who's been married longer than I have. Anyone have kids who's been married longer than I have? Yeah? They're like, yeah, that guy? Did you guys ever have like a code phrase for sex so you could schedule it so your kids wouldn't realize what you're talking about? You can't remember. With your wife. No? I'll share if you do. What was it?
I need to talk to your mother upstairs.
That wins! Oh! See, ours was going to Chick-fil-A. For 12 years, we've had this code phrase, want to go to Chick-fil-A? No, what's funny, because our kids are only 5 years old, so I don't know, well, we didn't need the phrase for 7 years. Just realized that driving in tonight. But anyway, well, we had some trouble last year, because, I was pretty upset about some of the stuff that was going on at Chick-fil-A last year. And I told my husband out and out, I said, I'm boycotting going to Chick-fil-A. I was like, what do you mean? I said, well, definitely for this summer and possibly into next year. Although, of course, I don't want fun. If you go, you can take a friend, or you can go. It is about trying to get that communication improved and supporting each other in tough times, right? My husband actually had a difficult time recently. He had a vasectomy, and he said, "There's a couple things you're going to have to help me with," which I knew some of them, but I want to share some of them because I was surprised. She knows. He said, "Look, I'm going to have to be on ice for about 48 hours. Fine, no problem. I'll take care of everything." He said, "I can't carry more than 10 pounds for about a week." I said, "I got the kids, no problem." And then he explained something to me that his doctor had told him I had not been aware of, and I want to share this in case this happens to you. He said there are times when the vasectomy actually doesn't take, and in order to make it take and have it heal properly, men actually need a blowjob every day for 6 weeks.
What?
He's been through that difficult time. She supported him, right? I'm just telling you so you don't,
Oh, God.
another person out. But, I see you're talking about waxing nostalgic about marriage. It is great. It is fantastic. There is one downside I can come up with. Over and over, it's the one downside I come up with, which is that I would argue your personal hygiene standards drop. They just do, right? And so the other day, I'm in the bathroom, I'm peeing, I look around, there's no tissue, there's no toilet paper, there's no napkins, paper towels, there's nothing. There is a used fabric softener sheet. Yeah, I did it. Yes, I did. And you know what? Yeah, it wasn't that absorbent. After a while, things got awfully soft and smooth. Added bonus, my husband no longer gets an electric shock when going down on me in the winter. I'm like hints from Heloise, right? So it sounds like we didn't have a lot of NC State fans. Was that true? Yeah? My husband went to NC State, but I like to rag on it. And I actually had an interesting experience with some NC State guys the other day. I'm on the bus. I'm sitting in front of two guys who went to NC State together. And I should mention, I work as a writer and an editor. And I may be a little overly focused on language. I'll allow my coworkers to comment on that after the show. These two guys are talking to each other, so I'm listening. And the one guy says, "Now, I don't mean to be narcissistic, but my family does have a lot of money." What? But I said, "Gretchen, don't accost him. Let it go." His friend didn't let it go. He jumped right on him. And he said, "I don't think that word means what you think it means." What, narcissistic? He said, "I don't think that's the word you want." Well, what's it mean? It means you fuck dead people. This just got awesome. The first guy goes, "Oh, no. You're thinking of narcoleptic."
Oh, God.
I've got a little bit of time here, so I'll let you know. I've been complaining about my job a little bit, but the one thing I hate the most about my job is I have to fly every week for it. I travel every single week. It's been years now. And the thing I will never understand is how flight attendants keep it so smooth. How do they turn it on and turn it off? And turn it on and turn it off. Has anyone had this experience? Just amazement at these people. But what I hypothesize is that they don't turn it off. I'm actually imagining a flight attendant going home and being exactly the same way that she is on the plane. What if it were like this? A flight attendant at home. "Hi, honey, come in. Have a seat. Sit anywhere you like. Any seat is fine. Please do take a seat. Any seat is fine. Sit anywhere you like. Any seat is fine. Please take a seat. We're behind schedule." I ask you to take off your shoes and put them under the couch, all the shoes under the couch, and I'll give you a little tip. It's better if you put it in toes first. Please take off your iPod and newspaper as I give you a little bit of information about this home. This house is a 1990 model, approximately 1,600 square feet, and featuring a screen door that still slams after 4 years of me asking you to fix it. Yeah. This house includes 3 children who can be found upstairs upstairs and in the backyard. If at any point you find you are unable or unwilling to perform your parental duties, we'll be happy to reseat you at your mother's house. I will be serving beer and wine this evening. If at any point you find yourself in a full, upright, and locked position with some hard-sided personal baggage, I'll be happy to help you put it into my tricky lower compartment. Good night now, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, honey. Love you. I'm complaining about my job, so I've been interviewing for new jobs. And maybe it's just because I've been out of the market so long. But job interviewing is weird. Lately, it's weird. I got this question the other day. If your body were a car, what would it be? I got this question in a job interview. So I had to think about that. And I said, sir, this body would be a Prius. It's fairly quiet. It's a little bigger in the back than it is in the front. And it has never had a Republican inside it.